My name's Adam Hills. Welcome to Spicks and Specks, the music quiz show that thinks there's nothing nerdy about alphabetising your CDs. Our two team captains each and every week are the Fortissimo Alan Bro and the Pizzicato Miff Warhurst. Alan's first guest tonight is an English singer-songwriter who was described by The Times as the most peculiar and most highly acclaimed female singer of the moment. If you've ever heard her sing live, you'll know why her album is called Lungs. From Florence and the Machine, please welcome Florence Welch. Alan's second team member is a writer, comedian and radio presenter who's big, hairy and Irish. If he wasn't with us right now, he'd be panning for gold in the 19th century. Please welcome David Allen. Miff's first guest burst onto the scene at the tender age of 17 as lead singer of 80s sensations Kids in the Kitchen. Nowadays, he has his own kids and a much nicer kitchen. Please welcome Scott Carr. Miff's final guest tonight is a breakfast radio announcer who recently gave birth to twins. They're the only babies in Australia to complain about what time mum gets out of bed. Please welcome Michelle Laurie. Congratulations.
Thank you. I got my pre-baby body back already.
How do you work in doing breakfast radio and having babies?
I leave them at home with their dad a lot. The other thing you do, you've got kids, you'll back me up, is you pretend you haven't noticed when they've cracked themselves.
Yeah, at least for a week.
You know, for a week you do it. You leave it for the other ones. Little tricks like that you learn, Adam.
Did you go back into the studio or do you work from home with the babies?
I went back in. Do you know, I worked the day I had them.
What?
Because, yeah, I was at work on the Friday morning that I had them because I had this thing called preeclampsia, which is this really bad thing you get at the end of your pregnancy and it sends you mental. No one noticed I had it. And so I just went for a normal checkup and they did all these tests and said, you've got to have your babies exactly right now.
Wow.
So I was at work in the morning, went for my checkup, had them in the afternoon. Yes. And I was back a week later because one of them had crapped themselves and I didn't want to know.
Now, I thought what I'd do tonight is introduce our musical guests to each other by way of their videos. We'll start with Florence. This is your latest single, You've Got the Love.
You got the love, you got the love, you got the love.
The video is fantastic. There's a lot going on, though. I mean...
My dad's in it.
No,
Yeah,
really?
and my little sister. Oh. Well, you could get them for free.
Let's go back to a more innocent time of music videos, when all you really needed was the band. This is Kids in the Kitchen current stand.
Now look where I wear my pants.
You do that magnificent, that sort of 80s with the front shoulder too.
Yeah,
Can you still do that or does that go?
Oh, that kind of, I don't know.
I do that on stage still.
Do you do that? I love it.
I do a few twists now. It's a bit hard to get moving now. You know, I've had a change in food now, as opposed
How
to
does that go? Change in food.
Yeah, Alka-Seltzer. Yeah.
Current Stand is a great song forever. It's a great song.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
I do gigs now, and to our fans now, which are finally legal, of course. and they come into the gig now, and some of them are kind of got the prams and the kids outside in the car, but they still managed to get a couple of tears out of them, and which is quite good.
It's just because they're so tired, Scott. That's why they're crying. The kids are in the car.
No, it's only because when they see me now, they go, "Who's the guy that ate Scott Carn?"
Miff and Alan are going to pick a topic. Everybody's going to be quizzed on that topic. Your choices tonight are one-hit wonders, standards, doyens, and wunderkinds, which is a German word meaning underage overachiever. Actually, by the look of that wunderkind, maybe it's German for what you talking about, Willis? Alan, you can pick the first topic.
Well, we'll have wunderkinds, eh?
Why not, Miff?
Standards.
OK, we'll start with wunderkinds, though. Everyone on your buzzers?
Okay.
Let's play Spicks and Specks. First question for 1 point. According to his sister Maria Anna, which pianist at the age of 3, quote, often spent much time with the clavier? Yeah.
Mozart.
Yes, it was Mozart. Michelle.
First one back, bang.
Didn't I tell you? Watch out, I'm playing for my children now. Taking this very seriously.
You are the Roger Federer of Spicks and Specks. Next question. Have a look at the cover art of the first releases of these two wunderkinds, one European, one Canadian. Name both singers. Yes.
Oh, that's Alanis Morris.
You are right, that's the Canadian one. And, that's Björk.
Oh,
It is Björk.
Oh, there you
2
go.
points out of 2.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say Celine, so lucky you jumped in. Oh. But she was a little baby star too, wasn't she, Celine? She was young and she was famous.
I believe her ultrasound showed her doing this.
Oh, I can't go to sleep. Why? The baby's doing jazz hands.
Finally, when the family's already famous, sometimes younger siblings and offsprings get an early start. Have a listen. Name these 3 family upstarts. Yes.
The last one was one of the Gibbs.
The
Yes.
first one might have been one of the Osmonds.
I think it was Jimmy Osmond.
Yes, it was.
And the party in the USA, that'd be like a Cyrus or something, wouldn't it? It'd have to be.
Yeah, do you want to name the Cyrus?
Oh, we have to go Miley.
Yes, it was Miley
Oh,
Cyrus.
lucky.
And who was the last one? One of the Gibbs, you said. Do you want to take a punt at which one?
Little Andy.
Have to be Andy, I reckon.
3 points out of 3. Now, Florence, is it true that you found your first manager by singing for them in a toilet?
Yes.
Right. Let's move on then.
Actually, if I may, my first audition was in a toilet, but a completely different experience.
I do want to ask you more about that. How did that work?
Well, I kind of was drunk. And, Mairead, she runs club nights, and I was at one of her club nights, and we kind of met each other in the loo, and I was like, oh, I'm a singer, I can sing, and kind of, I don't know, we were talking about boys or something. And then I sang her the Zetta James song, and she booked me to play her Christmas party. She liked the gig and asked to be my manager.
What were the odds of 2 young ladies finding themselves in a toilet at a nightclub?
I know what that song sounds like when I'm in the toilet.
But I still love you.
All right, let's move on to standards. Your first question for 1 point. If I compare you to a turkey dinner, Ovaltine, Garbo's salary, broccoli, the pants on a Roxy Usher, cellophane, Dante's Inferno, yes?
Oh, you're the top.
Yes, I'm the bottom and you're the what? The top. The Cole Porter song. Excellent work, Alan. Next question, have a listen to River Deep, Mountain High, a modern standard that was a hit in 1966. For 2 points, who produced the track and who's singing? Yep.
Was it Phil Spector?
Yes, it was. And who was singing?
Oh, Tina Turner.
Yes, it was. 2 points out of 2. Finally, if a song is a standard, everyone wants to sing it. Have a listen to these 3 grabs for 3 points. Tell me the artist singing.
Comic Valentine. This guy's love with you.
Yes.
Nico?
Nico was singing My Funny Valentine, yes.
I think the second one is actually Burt Bacharach.
It's not Burt Bacharach. I'll let you have a go at the third one.
Sid Vicious.
Was Sid Vicious singing My Way? Do you know who was the middle one?
The Reels.
It was the Reels.
Oh,
Dave
well
Mason
done.
singing. Excellent.
80s.
80s. I love the fact that you are still playing and playing weddings.
Well, I'll play anywhere. I'll play at an opening, just play anywhere. I love it.
I think that would be the best wedding band ever to have the Scott Kahn band there.
I mix it up. 1 minute I'm doing the 80s show with Mannix and then Paul Gray, and then we're doing this and they're doing that. So many hats, and so there's life after death, so to speak. But, you always get asked to do your hit singles, and for years I was. After the fact, after the band split up, I was, oh no, I don't do that. No, that's then. This is now. But now I just embrace it and I love it, And it's great to, in retrospect, to kind of get, to appreciate where you came from,
And what kind of do you play private parties as well?
Yeah, if the price is right. Gee, what a plug I'm getting out of this.
What was the highlight of your 80s time?
It was crazy days, and there's stories of me meeting Andy Warhol, not even knowing who he was, and taking the unit Zappa on a date, and then being asked by Frank to take it easy, and it was yeah. Well,
How do you address Moon Unit when you're out to dinner?
No, actually, I was introduced to her by Michael Hutchinson. I'm name dropping now, and at an after party at Madison Square Gardens, and and I met and I met her, and she asked me on a date. So I went around thinking, oh, yeah, I'm in. And, knocked on the front door and Frank answered it, and I didn't know who Frank was at that stage because I was, in the 80s, And, Frank basically took one look at me and said, take your sisters with you as well, will you? And I said, would you like to come too, Frank?
What was his objection? That kid's way too clean cut.
Well, he just had one look at me. I had that kind of, that look of a boy on heat, probably.
Who's a better kisser, Moon Unit or Warhol?
Thanks, Dave. It was the question we were all wondering. At the end of the first round, the scores are Alan, Florence, Dave are on 5 points. Miff, Scott, Michelle in front, 7 points. Each team will be given 3 artists and 3 interesting facts. You have to match the artist to the fact. Alan, Florence, Dave, your artists are English electronic band Depeche Mode, Scottish alternative rockers Teenage Fan Club, and American R&B group Earth, Wind and Fire.
Now, they are magnificent.
That's fabulous.
You have to match them to their former band names, which are the Salty Peppers, the Boy Hairdressers, and Composition of Sound. Which of those bands were originally with which of those band names?
Well, I'm going out on a limb here and saying, looking at the picture of Depeche Mode, and they still remain looking like that now, but older, and I'd say they look like boy hairdressers.
I don't think that's...
No?
No, I think Depeche Mode would be Composition of Sound.
Oh.
Yeah, I think because Depeche Mode is quite a grand name, and I think Composition of Sound would be.
Do you mean grand or pompous?
And then maybe Salty Peppers is Earth, Wind and Fire.
I definitely think Salty Peppers is Earth, Wind and Fire. Dave?
I was trying to figure out if because 2 of the bands are from England and one's from America, so if they don't call them Peppers in England, we can eliminate 2 and then it would just be Earth, Wind and Fire from America. Oh. Process of elimination from Mr. Sherlock.
Are you saying if Earth, Wind and Fire had been in England, they would be known as the Salty Capsicums?
Yes.
Well, that's... I couldn't agree more. The Salty Peppers are Earth, Wind and Fire. And you think Depeche Mode, Composition of Sound, and Teenage Fan Club were the boy hairdressers?
Yes. I had some pretty weird previous band names. I had a band called the Toxic Cockroaches. That was my we only had a drummer. I was 13. Well, we were all supposed, I was the guitarist and the singer, but I didn't have a guitar. And then we had a bassist, but she didn't have a bass. But our drummer had a drum kit, so it's stripped down.
It's like you were like one step beyond unplugged. You were uninstrumented.
Yeah. So, based on all of that, Alan.
Well, I'm going to go with what they think.
Yep.
So, Depeche Mode were originally called Composition of Sound. Teenage Fan Club were called the Boy Hairdressers, and Earth, Wind and Fire were called the Salty Peppers.
3 points out of 3. Yes, Depeche Mode were Composition of Sound, Earth, Wind and Fire with the Salty Peppers. Teenage Fan Club were originally known as the Boy Hairdressers and released one single entitled Golden Shower. I have no idea why they weren't more popular. Miff, Scott, Michelle, your artists are Freddie Mercury's former fellas Queen, Mad Metal Merchants Motorhead, and 60s Scottish song stars Marmalade. Their former band names are Dean Ford and the Gaylords, Bastard, and Smile.
Now, it would be obvious to put Motorhead with Bastard, but I think it's too obvious.
I was going to say it would be obvious to put Queen with Dean Ford and the Gaylords.
Yes.
Yes,
as well.
To be a Gaylord in the 50s, it would have been a good thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So,
I
don't think Motorhead were ever Smile. I'll give you the tip.
Definitely Bastards.
Do you think
Yeah.
Bastards?
Even though it feels a bit...
I wonder if Motorhead were Dean Ford and the Gaylords. I wish they were. I don't know.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to leave it to you.
I'm going to leave it to you.
Yeah.
OK, I'm thinking Queen as Smile. We've got Motorhead as Bastard, and the Gaylords are the other guys.
Marmalade.
Yeah.
They are our answers.
Yeah, I concur.
The correct answers are Queen were originally Smile, Motorhead were originally Bastard, Marmalade, Dean Ford and the Gaylords, 3 points out of 4. Scott, Was Kids in the Kitchen the first name you guys came up with?
Unfortunately, yes, I didn't like the name at the time, but it was kind of apt because we used to rehearse in a university dwelling in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah, and we were working on this song called The Beat. And needed percussion, and so we pulled out the pots and pans, and someone said, "Hey, Kids in the Kitchen, ha 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 ha." Before we knew it, I got a gig, and it's what are we going to call ourselves? Oh, let's just run with the Kids in the Kitchen thing for now, and we'll get another name later. We'll change the name to, Smile or whatever it was.
Next thing you know, you're in the
Next
spa
thing-
at Molly's and your Kids in the Kitchen.
Yeah, I'll play that. Well, you said it was quick, but like, how quick? What happened?
I had one school band and then had the drama school band, which became Kids in the Kitchen. And within a year, we rehearsed, and then we went on to get a gig. And then the second gig, we got a manager. The third gig, Michael Kudinski was down knocking on our door, and within 2 to 3 months, we had a #1 hit single. So,
And how old were you?
17 and a bit. Yeah.
So you were just like Miley Cyrus back in the day. That's amazing.
At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Florence, Dave on 8 points. Miff, Scott, Michelle still in front, 10 points. Each team has to solve a puzzle to reveal the nominated album cover. So, would everyone please make their way up to their album covers?
I like this. Oh, please, after you.
No, after you.
No, after you.
OK. Hidden under there are a whole bunch of album covers. Miff, Scott and Michelle, I need you to find and place in order the album cover for the Jimi Hendrix Experience Axis Bold as Love. Alan, Florence, Dave, you're looking for Radiohead's Hail to the Thief. Your time starts now.
OK, this is down the bottom.
Oh, there we go. There's his head.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry, that's all right.
That's in the middle.
This is an amazing amount of team coordination on both sides, can I just say?
Where's his hand? We need some hand.
Sentences to the right of me,
Okay, that's what it's right.
They are over here.
gods to the left. I don't think you've done it.
Oh, no, they're wrong. Which,
Oh, yes.
I think we have a winner. We indeed have a winner. Lawrence, Dave and Alan all over. How close did you get?
Psychedelia with this one.
Yeah, this was psychedelic. This was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got there, sort of.
Yeah, in a
Some
weird
things.
way, I've just realised all you guys had to do was make sentences.
Like a verbal Sudoku.
Close though.
Excellent work. A point for Florence, Dave and Alan. So after that round, the scores are Alan, Florence, Dave, 9 points. Miff, Scott, Michelle still in front, only just 10 points. One member of each team will be drawing song titles for their teammates without using words or numbers. Your teammates have to identify the songs. Dave, you'll be drawing first for Alan and Florence. If you'd like to make your way up to the board, please, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Callan. All right, I'm going to let you have a very quick look at this before you start drawing. Your time starts now.
OK. Person. Man. Angel. Heaven. Heaven and hell. Heaven's gate. Knocking on heaven's door.
Knocking on heaven's door, Bob Dylan.
It's a man. Man, a jelly baby man. A man and a blob.
Potato.
Strawberry. Strawberry fields. Some sort of scone. A cylinder.
A rock? A rock? Man rock? A body rock.
Body rock, by Moby, yes.
Oh, nice. A submarine. Yellow. Okay, a Mexican.
A smurf.
Smurf.
A Mexican Smurf. A Mexican Smurf with abnormally large feet and one gamey leg.
Return of the Glass Cowboy. Cowboys.
Cowboys and Indians. Cowboys and bottoms?
Sunshine.
Oh, that's good, that's good.
Bullet holes.
Sun-killing cowboy.
Skin cancer kills cowboys. Bullet holes.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you the point, but I'm interested to see if you can get it from that.
German river. No.
Would you like to move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
I know it.
We'll come back to that.
Straight line. No, it's not another big hat, is it? Hang glider. Helicopter.
Lampshade.
Walking upside down.
Walking on the sea. Dancing on the ceiling.
Dancing on the ceiling, yes it is. That was Dancing on the Ceiling. Lionel Richie, let's go back to this for a moment. Okay, name a German river.
The Danube.
Another one?
The Rhine.
Yes.
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Rhinestone Cowboy was what we were looking for. 3 points for Dave Callan. Thank you.
What about when he drew the sun and you said bottom?
It just looks like the back of a cat, that bit at the top.
Scott, you will be drawing for Miff and Michelle, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Carr. Okay, I'll let you have a look at the first one first. Off you go.
Come on, Scott, you can do this. There go stairs, stairway to heaven.
Yes?
Oh, a wig.
Bottom?
Yeah. What's that? That looks like some sort of telephone. Hanging on the telephone. Call me.
Call Me by Blondie, yes.
Credit the artist.
He's very good. Oh, sock puppet.
Oh, is that a man or a horse? A giraffe. Oh.
No.
What is that? Is that a... What's...
Hang it, just, Scott. They have tails.
Oh, kangaroo.
Tommy Kangaroo Down Sport.
There it is.
How many kangaroo songs are there, really? Yeah.
Oh. I have
Can't even
no
draw
idea.
this one.
Is that hair or fire? Fire.
I'm on fire. Hothead.
Fire.
Fire starter.
Fire starter. Oh my God. How did she get that from that?
Diamonds.
Queen of Heart. No.
Diamond.
Submarine.
Bunny rabbit.
I have no idea.
Diamond.
Got to do better. I do this pretty good for my son at home, but not quite here tonight.
Is that a shark?
It could be a kangaroo.
It's a dog. It's a dog. Diamond dogs.
Diamond Dogs, David Bowie. Yes, it is. There's the hurdle. Scott Carr on fire.
Well done. That was a pure test of the dog.
And in that round, the scores are Alan, Florence, Dave, 12 points. Miff, Scott, Michelle still in front, 15 points. Team 10's on your buzzers. 1 point for a correct answer, 1 point off for a wrong answer. Your question start now. What was the choice of fabric for fans of the Bay City Rollers?
Tartan.
Yes, it was. In 1980s music, was the Pollard Syndrome a fear of synthesised music, a keytar, or an electronic drum? Yes?
I'm going to say a keytar.
No, it was an electronic drum, the world's first.
Oh!
The musical Cats sources its lyrics from which American poet?
Is it T.S. Eliot?
Yes, it is. Excellent work. Alt rockers Phoenix hail from which European country?
France.
France, indeed. Have a listen to this. Name the song.
Oh, make me up.
Yep.
Hole.
Hole was the band. What's the song?
Celebrity Skin.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Name the orchestra that accompanied the cuddlesome crooner from the 70s, Barry White.
The Love Unlimited Orchestra.
Indeed it is.
Wow.
What do the Dead Weather, the Saboteurs and the White Stripes have in common?
All Jack White's bands.
Yes, Jack White is in each of them. Excellent.
You're on fire.
Yeah, I know.
Your final question. Finish this song lyric. Gitchy, gitchy, ya, ya.
Gitchy,
Mocha
gitchy,
chocolate
ya, ya,
latte.
gaga. Mocha chocolate, ya, ya.
Next bit. Creole Lady Marmalade is actually the word, but you went Lady Marmalade. Close enough, I gave it to you. At the end of the show, the final scores were, Alan, Florence, Dave ended up on 16 points. Miff, Scott, Michelle won by a point, 17. Would you please thank all our guests for tonight, Florence Welch, Dave Callan, Scott Kahn and Michelle Laurie. And give it up for our two team captains, Alan Bro and Mick Warhurst. Now, earlier in the show, we mentioned both Tina Turner and Scott Kahn's band, so we'd like to leave you tonight by combining the two as the absolutely 80s band play Nutbush City Limits. Thanks for watching Spicks and Specks. My name's Adam Hills. Good night, Australia.
Church house, gym house, school house, outhouse. On highway number 19, the people get the city clean. The